Hello. Hopefully my mic is working. I don't know. Had some technical difficulties. Storm's not making it easy. Anyways, we're here for the Wednesday night BFR 1 series where our drivers take on the Honda NSX 2019 version. Let me pull up the current standings here as our drivers finish up qualifying. So this is going to be the top 10 standing. We have Nate and Furch with 145 points. GTX Dave not too far off of him with 117. Ghoststroke sitting in a strong third position with 100 points. Only 3 drivers breaking the 100-point mark. Excuse me. That one, Sim Racer and Milkman tied for 4th at 85 points. Dalen got hurt, sitting at 78 points, just 1 point ahead of Howcat and M. Crit, who are both tied for 7th. Zaddy sitting at 9th with 70 points overall, and Montana sitting at 10th with 64. Very tight battle between 4th all the way down to 10th. And Ghoststroke and GTX Dave still very close as well. Nate has a decent lead, enough for maybe a little breathing room for one race. But let's see if he can hold out and keep that. Let me figure out how to pull this off the screen. There we go. Bam. Alright. So qualifying only has 3 minutes left as our drivers prepare to conquer. Shit, I don't even know where we're at right now. I don't know what track this is. Let me look. Webbo Rain. Should have known that. You can see Mugen here sitting in first. GTX Dave not too far off of him as he sits in second by 0.17. Gillard making his return back to the grid. He is sitting in third right now. Just 0.6 off of our leader, Mugen. Ghoststroke sitting in fourth, a strong position for him if he's looking to get points and jump up there and try to stay in the running with GTX Dave. Nate, our series leader, sitting in fifth, but Nate is sort of a late shower when it comes to qualifying. Sometimes he jumps up a little higher. Hellgrind making his debut, I believe, or he might have been in last week's, in the Honda. He's managed to snag a 6th here. Montana with a strong showing, sitting in 7th currently. Slam Bonin immediately wins my vote for best name on the grid today. He is sitting in 8th, 1.8 off of Mugen's time. This is Slam Bonin's debut in the Honda NSX. Get some fresh blood out there and seeing if maybe another driver can possibly name this car. Hellcat sitting on the tarmac there for a second, might have messed up his lap. He's sitting in a strong 9th though, still going to score himself some very needed points and hopefully break the tie on Crit. Crit not being here tonight, ultimately going to be his downfall. Milkman sitting in 10th. Purple GT3 driver, I believe, making his debut in the one make series is sitting in 11th. The admin that puts this all together, Mr. Grays or Logan, sitting in 12th here, and Jay the Proto, which I don't know what Proto means. I should probably look that up on Google, but he is making his debut as well as he sits in 13th. And then Hunter, obviously, Bobcat Goalie, is me, Hunter, the commentator. So yeah, 40 seconds left here. Let's see if anyone can jump up a couple extra spots here. Mugen's on a valid lap. He'll be able to finish that before the end of the race. It looks like GTX Dave just now pulling out of the pits. So I don't believe he's going to get any more valid laps. Gillard on a valid lap currently, looking to maybe snag that second from GTX Dave. Ghostra coming into the pits, practicing his pit. No, he's coming out of the pits as well. Ghostra not going to have enough time for another valid lap. And as he pulls off, he might actually be practicing his pit. So, smart man. Nate making it around in the final couple of minutes. So Logan set the server up, and there's 2 qualifyings. So the race is actually going to end up using qualifying 1's positioning. And I don't know what anyone qualified for qualifying 1. Or maybe it's going to use 2, but technically race 1 would use qualifying 1. Qualifying 2 is used for race 2. This is all going to be just a experimental purpose. But if you look on the right side of my screen, you will see qualifying 1 and qualifying 2. So I don't really know how this is going to shake up the grid that we're looking at currently. Maybe it stays the same, maybe it doesn't. We will find out shortly. And yeah, this should be interesting. So I mean, there's our qualifying. Grace, take note, Mugen got pole here. If this is what it's going to end up using, so he earned himself that 1 extra point as he tries to fight into the top 10 leaderboard. Man, I'm really interested in how this qualifying is going to go. We've never ran a qualifying 2 like this. This is because the practice server is usually on qualifying, and it just was never changed over to have a practice 1 slot. Some little slip of the mind, if you will. When you set servers, it can be a little tedious, and sometimes you forget these small things. Hopefully there is a mandatory pit stop like there normally needs to be. This is a 50-minute race here at the Red Bull Ring. And look at that, it used qualifying 1, so I know Logan's dealing with some shit in the Discord. Oh man, this is going to be funny. So let me just go in. Race used qualifying 1, not 2. Good luck, everyone. So, yeah, so this should be a good one. And so the grid has been completely shaken up, and we have Gillard who qualified 3rd, sitting down in 10th now. Who else? Where was our leader? Mugen, who was in 1st, has been sideshowed to 9th. GTX Dave, who was in 2nd, getting placed behind the 1st place driver. This is gonna be a fun one, folks. I'm looking forward to it. Here we go. It's already turned out to be a great night. As our drivers prepare to hit drive, I'm just going to stay on the screen for a little bit longer so I can jump around. It does look like the pit stop is in place, thankfully, so that is good. So besides the little qualifying slip up, I would say, it's not really a mess up, everything should be completely normal. And away we go for the formation lap. Luckily, we kept it on the... Is anyone going? Yep, here we go. So Logan is going to lead us off. It looks like everyone's a little probably upset about the grid here, but it's just going to be... Oh my god. It's in order this time. I can click through in order. It never usually does that, so that's cool. But, yeah, here we go. A little bit of a shake-up here. not gonna say Logan did it on purpose, but he is the one who ends up in pole. Oh man, I'm cracking up. Yeah. So don't beat any of us up over this mistake. Small things happen. We're all humans. Logan came off of work and set the server up with minimal time. So some errors like this may occur, but at the end of the day, everyone's still going to have a race. I imagine everyone's still going to have as much fun as you can have when racing this Honda NXX. Like I say, every Wednesday this goes on, I've never driven this car, besides maybe once in the rain. I don't think I'm ever going to drive this car. Yeah, so let me throw comments up here. Bullman says, how convenient. I agree, Bullman. You know, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but, you know, someone might want to investigate him here. This is... Oh, man. Nice to see you, Bullman. Thank you for joining me tonight. And hopefully we have a very clean race here. I will say the one make has been very respectful when it comes to driver-on-driver action. I think everyone's just trying to survive the car. Logan rocking a Modelo? Modelo, right? That's a Modelo car. What? That's got to be a different Modelo. I don't think that's the beer. If that's the beer, I didn't know there's a beer livery in this game. I'm going to be truthfully upset. But yeah, going around RBR here, give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Apex Sim Racing, I think is their full name. They sponsor us with a commission link. We have that in the Discord, so if you're looking to buy anything for your sim racing needs, using that link will earn BFR some little kickback. They also give us a 5% discount code. Little stipler there, stifler, whatever you want to say. The discount code can only be used on Apex sold products, I guess is how you would say it. So anything only like Apex really sells. I know some guys are getting like Moto rigs and stuff and expecting the 5% discount to be active, but sadly, because Apex is technically a third party of that, our discount does not apply. We have Sim Racing, Kit.com, Fly Sim Control, which gives us a discount on those beautiful Italian-made button boxes, and last but not least, Last Chance Moto for all your auto part needs. As the car cross the grid for the green flag, here we go. Logan is leading us, but he immediately gets jumped on by Ghost Stroke, who takes away that pole position. We're going to cycle through here. Everyone making it pretty clean. Logan in purple, it looked like, running it wide there. Hellcat managing to steal 6th place from GTX Dave. Ghost Stroke getting a nice lead here. Side-by-side racing, it looks like, between GTX Dave and Mugen 3 early on. I'd like to see that. Someone's making a dive on the inside of Hellcat, but they're not going to get it to stick. Ghost Stroke running away with that lead. Hellgrind sitting in 10th. Gillard starting from the pit. Possibly looking to avoid some lap 1 carnage. I don't think he hasn't been here in a while, so he doesn't know. One make does not really have lap 1 carnage, besides the drivers maybe taking themselves out to go see the grass. Jay the Proto, a BFR rookie, doing good currently, sitting in 3rd thanks to the little qualifying mishap, but let's see if he can get this to stick. You see Logan running wide there into the dirt. We're going to be watching for a safe rejoin, which he does, losing 2 positions in the process. It's going to be Nate in purple jumping ahead of him. This puts Jay out in 2nd. Purple GT3 looking to make a strong showing here today in this Honda. You know, his name's got GT3 in it because he dearly loves GT3s. We do have some side-by-side action going on in the background. I can't really tell who that is. The GTX Dave trying to shoot the outside there on Logan, not going to get it done. Mugen will get the overtake. It looks like Dave went a little wide through that corner and manages to get it to stick on Logan. Logan losing a spot to Hellcat. Driver staying very clean currently so far. You can see back there Hellcat, little bump and grind with Logan. Logan ultimately going onto the runoff strip and having to concede a position to Milkman due to that. But those three drivers still fighting hard back there. A little bit of the grid beginning to separate currently, but not a whole lot for anyone to ease up. Slambonin sitting in 12th right now, chasing down Montana, just 1 second separating the two of them. Mugen 3 jumping himself up to 5th. It looks like Purple managed to snag Nate with an overtake that we happened to miss. Sadly, but we will sure see some more coming soon as our top 5 begin to separate. I'll take a drink of beer. Been talking a lot. Mugen sitting just 0.3 off of Nate currently. Nate trailing Purple within a second. Ghost Stroke getting a hell of a lead currently, pushing himself to try to keep the gap. Jay Proto not letting him slip away just yet. GTX Dave and Helgrid have now made it through. Gillard going to the pits. That's an interesting one. That maybe not enough fuel. Maybe not enough fuel. That's what I'm gonna guess. That Milkman sitting in 9th, but he does have Montana closing on him fast. But Milkman also looking at a possible overtake here on Hellcat soon. We'll stick with Milkman with his black and orange color scheme. Montana rocking a very bright one behind him. Hard to miss him in your review mirror. Hellgrind and Dave just separated by 2 seconds. Hellgrind probably trying to get used to the car a little bit. This is a controller player. I say that purely because no one will be able to really tell how smooth he is with his inputs. One of the best controller players I've seen, besides maybe Chef and Gottlieb back when he played controller. So very impressive here from Hellgrind. Hellgrid, and I'll say both. Maybe I'll call him Alec at one point. But very impressive from him, nevertheless. You can see as he closes the distance down on GTX Dave. Let's jump over to GTX Dave, who is lapping 2 seconds better than Purple currently, so I think we can see an overtake coming here very soon. See, he's trying to shoot that outside. Purple takes a little bit of the curve. Here we go, better camera angle for you guys. They're side by side here as they come up on turn 2. Purple with the inside. He's got to watch out for that curve that sticks out up there. It looks like Hellgrind's trying to stick it 3 wide, possibly. Dave late on the braking. Purple with a little bit of a optimistic move there, but ultimately leaving Dave the space he needed to make it through that turn all safe. Dave getting some separation going. But I wouldn't count Purple out just yet. Hellgrind trying to find a way to make it past Purple now. Slambonen's still following. Montana snuck past Logan, so Slambonen now looking to get past Logan. Mugen jumping himself up into P3. I keep missing these overtakes, but Mugen, yeah, sitting in P3 now. Nate falling behind a little bit. That is our leader of the series currently. Nate's that underscore 05R, but he's still sitting in a good enough spot to hold out his lead. Really, he's just looking for a top 5 finish. As long as GTX Dave doesn't first place, I think he should be alright, but he does have to watch out for Ghost Stroke, who's sitting in that first right now. You can see Mugen possibly looking to make a move here as he plants the inside. Oh, a little bit of a fake dive, but tricks out Jay Proto there. Mugen, with a smart mind game overtake, has put himself in P2. Jay Proto looking to hold on to P3 now. Still an excellent showing from him. Mugen with our fastest time currently. He was on pole for qualifying 2. So I don't think this is a big surprise for anyone. Ghost Stroke starting to drop his lead on Mugen. He's got to be careful, or at least start preparing to defend here. This is a wide track, but you place that Honda in the right spot, you might get the driver behind you to freak out a little bit and lose it. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that number 3 and 907 car. Jump over to GTX Dave, looking to have maybe a little bit of a mishap, putting him down in 10th. We just saw him overtake Purple not too long ago, but he seems to have fallen now to behind Logan. Oh, it looks like Nate managed to snag Jay Proto. I don't know when that happened. We missed that, but you can see the separation between the top three and the rest of the grid. Gillard trying to make his comeback after having to pit on lap 2. It's going to be a tough one for him, but I think he should be able to get himself in a top 10 finish here, possibly. GTX Dave looking for this overtake on Montana. Montana, the right car in front of him. Oh, we got cars going too wide up there. Not going to be able to jump to it in time, sadly. But it did look like it's Hellgrind and Jay Proto who were going too wide there. Hellgrind managing to sneak in the overtake. Jay Proto dropping down to fifth. Struggling to maintain his top 5 position currently, but I think he's just settling in to the car. This is his first time in the Honda NXX, and it can be a difficult one for sure. We've seen a lot of drivers of great skill drop out of this series due to trying to navigate the tracks with this car and just not finding it enjoyable and more of a hassle than anything. But nevertheless, the drivers making their way around. We're on lap 5. Pit windows should be opening here in 1 minute's time. Hellgrind looking to close a 5-second gap between him and Nate. Montana's still holding off Dave very well with that very vibrant car choice of his. The Modelo car, Modulo, however you... Modulo. I don't know. Oh, we got a too wide situation going on in front of us. That's going to be GTX Dave managing to sneak it in front of Montana there. Looks like Hellcat and Purple also have a pretty good battle going on. Let's go give them some love, as Purple is just 0.2 ahead of Hellcat currently. Not a whole lot of breathing room here. See Hellcat looking for that inside. Purple getting on the throttle faster. Interesting choice here from Purple, running no TC. I don't think we've seen that too often here in this Honda. Hopefully it plays out for him. This thing is known to be very unsettled and may possibly throw you through some of these weird turns. Red Bull Ring might be more suited for this car, though. It's usually the long sweeping turns we see guys get thrown off. There's only really 2 here. This one's sort of being a sharper turn. Oh, but see, there it is. Just as I say, it throws him. Oh, and he manages to avoid the contact with Hellcat with some excellent driving awareness and skill from Purple there to avoid any incident. Very well done, Purple. He does lose 2 spots, but keeping it clean through the other drivers on the grid with an amazing save. And he will be looking to battle back up those 2 spots. GTX Dave managing to sneak himself back into almost top 5 territory, currently lapping about a second faster than Hellcat. I think we'll see a battle coming up here soon. Mugen running away with this one as he put... Oh my gosh, excuse me. As he put 3 seconds between him and Ghost Stroke now. Ghost Stroke starting to fall behind a little bit. Mugen lapping a crazy fast time of 128.86. I would love to see Mugen in the Premier Series, but sadly the days do not work out for him. Maybe we can convince him to hop in the Prospect Series on some of his off-work days. But overall, he's a very busy man. I know he commentates some races himself, so if anyone gets the time, go check him out. He does a very good job. He's actually done a Black Flag Premier race once or twice, I want to say, and it was on par with Webbo, so they are both excellent commentators. And it'd be really cool to get them both to commentate a race at the same time. That'd be cool. But Milkman sitting here in 10th as he chases down Jay the Prado. Yeah, as they go around, I'll do a little Google search here real quick. What What is A? Original or primitive? Well, I knew. Maybe that is what it means. I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot him a DM afterwards. Figure out what the name significance is. But Milkman chasing down Jay here. 0.2 seconds behind him on that last lap. Hellgrind starting to close the gap here on Nate and Ghoststroke. Both of them got to be a little worried. Let's go watch Ghoststroke as he tries to defend off the leading champ currently. Nate taking the wire line, Ghoststroke holding the inside from him. A battle here is going to slow down both these guys and give Hellgrind the kind of chance he needs to jump into him. As they come up to the next sweeping corner, like I said, these sweeping corners seem to be the spot these Hondas get unsettled at. Both of them taking a very good line there. Nate ultimately looking like he's got the jump, possibly. Sorry, usually there's like a back here. Yeah, there it is. The big wing of the Honda blocking most of Nate's car. But you can see he's looking. Ghoststroke's going to hold him to that outside. As they both come down the straight here, they're side by side, a little bit of contact. Ghoststroke going to concede early and break early, allowing Nate to slip by with that outside line. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, gentlemen. And they had a good little battle there. Ultimately, nobody getting hurt from that little tap. That is a part of the nature of the sport. Oh, and Ghoststroke, if he didn't get a little slip right there, he might have flipped off the throttle to avoid contact. He might have had his chance to sneak his spot back. And this is going to be an intense battle from these two. Nate leaving that inside open. Ghoststroke possibly thinking about a dive in there. And if you ain't going for a gap, are you really racing? But proving to be more patient than anything as the pit window opens here in 15 seconds. Nate getting a little unsettled in that corner, managing to save it. This is going to give Ghoststroke the faster corner exit.
Pit window is open.
There's the pit window. Let's see who pits early here. None of our top 4 drivers pitted. Oh, you saw Hellgrind back there get a little unsettled with the hard braking. Possibly the brake balance more than the characteristic of the car unsettling him there. Hellcat's not doing too bad as he sits in 6th. It looks like, oh. I'm sorry, Hellcat. So that would be commentators right there. Hellcat getting unsettled on the corner exit, catching some grass, and spinning. He's going to lose a spot to Logan and Purple GT3 driver, but he will battle his way back up there. I'm confident in him. Jay the Proto has dropped to 10th place here, but with a pit stop and the length remaining in this race, I wouldn't count that as his final spot. Purple GT3 driver, maybe, yeah, 6th. I was going to say maybe 5th, but no, that is Logan behind him as these two race down, trying to catch up to Dave, who's on his own little island currently. The grid has spread out now, so a little less action going on. We'll stick with these two for a little bit, see if Logan can get something done here. Oh, fuck. Ignore my racing line, I'm blind, so I'm trying to figure out the best Paul Ricard lines here. As both these drivers, Logan getting a little bit of a better exit there. Starting to pull here on Purple GT3 driver. Purple getting a little unsettled in that car, but Logan running it wide. Purple will hold on to that. We have that Milkman spinning out on that sweeping left. That's going to be the corner that's catching a lot of guys off guard. Keeping our eyes over here for any incident. Luckily, Milkman gets back on the track. Slambonin, love the name, is going to take 10th here due to a pit stop by Milkman. Looks like Montana has completed his pit as well. That puts him in 12th currently, but if that's his true positioning, we do not know. Mugen 3 putting 8.7 seconds on our top three here. Looks like Hellgrind managed to sneak by Ghost Stroke while we weren't looking, and he's coming up here to challenge Nate now, as these two are some of the two closest cars on the grid. You have Logan and Purple still continuing to battle. Logan making up his time. He lost just a little bit ago. They're battling for 6th here. Let's watch this sweeping left. This seems to be catching a lot of guys off guard. Oh, you can see Purple losing it again a little bit with a more timely save this time. But once again, that's going to close the gap here for Logan. Logan's going to bump draft and ultimately take the safer route. I don't know. I might have stuck my nose there on the inside. See if I can't outbrake him and send him wide. But ultimately, Logan sitting still in 7th here as he gets close to an overtake, but just not pulling one off yet. Ghost Stroke pulling it into the pits. Hellgrind still chasing down Nate. Only 2 battles going on this track. Mugen battling himself currently, and if he can keep it clean, he will more than likely finish this race in first. Hellgrind did steal fastest lap though from Mugen, so there is a chance if Mugen comes up on some traffic like he's about to right now, that Hellgrind manages to sneak it way back up there. Nate's probably putting down some fast laps himself if he's managed to keep Hellgrind behind him. Different braking zones there catches Hellgrind a little off guard. Not ultimately able to take that corner as he wanted. There's another slip out from underneath them. This Honda loves that. Skating on ice. Hellgrind trying to capitalize on this. Let's see if he shoots the inside. No, some good braking. No tapping there. Nate going wide, going to come back on the track. Going wide again. Hellgrind's going to push the inside. Nate's going to lose the acceleration battle here, I think. Fall behind him. Nate gets a slipstream. Nate ultimately holding the outside here. A beautiful first corner there by Hellgrind. So this puts Hellgrind in 2nd place now. Nate in a 3rd place scenario currently. Don't count him out yet though. He has he's been in 3rd before, and this is sometimes how he ends up in 1st by just staying consistent. Jump back over to Logan and Purple's battle. Purple's still holding off Logan very well. Logan taking a very wide line there. Manages to avoid the curb. A little bit of a spin on the exit there, but he stays with it. Oh, we do have another battle going on. It's going to be Ghost Road and Slam Bonin. Just 0.4 separating though, but Slam Bonin with a bad angle through T1 is going to end up dropping into about a 2nd. Jay the Proto managed to jump up to 8th here, but he hasn't hit it yet. Be keeping our eyes out for that. Looks like we do have Purple pulling it into the pits. That's going to give Logan the spot. And let's see if Logan can make anything out of it. He needs to put down some fast laps here. And possibly hold out that 5th position. Hope that Purple comes out into some traffic. Would be the best case scenario for Logan. Modelo. There's no E, it's gotta be Medulo. But for now, I'm going to call it the Modelo car. It's like the Christmas Modelo, the black and red bottle. What's that got? It's like either cinnamon or peppermint. It's something weird. some weird beer. But yeah, Logan representing Modelo in my eyes here. So good for him. Big Modelo guy. I gotta imagine that's pretty big in Texas. It's pretty big down here in AZ. So I would imagine it's the same for him. Purple possibly taking tires here. He's got a long pit stop going on. He's still in the pits. He's finally making his exit now. We do have our leader, Mugen 3, pitting. That's going to jump up Hellgrind and Nate into first and second. But with neither of these two cars having pitted yet, it's not their true positions. And so Purple does come into a little bit of a sticky situation out of his pit. Oh, we have a car spun. That's going to be Logan, not what he was looking for. Trying to get a good lap in. He's going to pull it into the pits here. I don't know if it's going to be enough. If he maybe just takes only fuel, he might come out in front of Purple. Nate making it past Purple. A little bit of a battle going on down there with the two of them. I'd jump away from this angle, but I'm afraid I'd lose it. And it looks like Purple's just going to respectfully concede the position as he is not truthfully fighting Nate at this time. Gillard slowly closing the distance here on our 12th place Purple. Both cars having pitted. If Gillard can catch up here, it would be good for him. Thinking about my show with Vikings right now. I'm rewatching it. I didn't know they made a Vikings Valhalla, a sequel. But it does like a 100-year time skip, and I don't know if I really like that or not. But yeah. As we just watch the drivers go around and around, we do have one battle going on. It's going to be Purple and GTX Dave? Yeah. No, Logan and GTX Dave. Logan 8 seconds off of Purple. I think that spin ultimately ruined his chances of coming out right next to Purple.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
Jay the Proto in 6th. He pitted though. He's going to drop a couple of positions here. He might come out in 9th. Let's see if we can't jump to Nate. Hellgrind, Nate, and Dave yet to pit. Hellcat being pushed up to 4th because he's yet to pit either. Hellgrind getting some serious distance away from Nate currently. This can be troublesome for our series champ as of right now. But I mean, as long as he keeps GTX Dave and Ghost Rush behind him, I don't know if we will see any change in the top 3, really. I want Hellgrind to slow down so I can get a battle going here. Sometimes these races spread out like this. It is slightly hard to commentate, and I may just start rambling. I hope you guys enjoy my rambles. I know my woman just sort of stares at me. But, yeah. Yeah, the talker when the beer starts flowing. Any social event with beer, I will slowly become friends with anyone. If there's absolutely no beer, I'm the dude who sits in the corner, all mad that he's got to be there. And, I tend to want to just go home to my fridge, which has beer. So, yeah. More social, if the drinks are flowing, which they are tonight, doing a great job. Thank you. Man, Bowman, you're fantastic. I'm so happy you joined BFR. It's always a pleasure to race with you on the track. And yeah, shout out to Hellgrind here who took Bowman out in the 2-6 sprints. He is going into the pits now. I'm just joking, Hellgrind. We know it was an accident. It's just a funny moment of this week. Tuesday was popping last night. If anyone watching this does not join our Tuesday sprints, you really should. It was a good time. I think we had 24 drivers, or 25 at the height of it. And it was one of the more fun Tuesday nights. A lot of chit-chatting. Everyone seemed to be in a good mood. And yeah, it was good. We raced around Paul Ricard. A lot of guys figuring out the track, some guys getting some appreciation for the track. Marnik bump drafted me, and I managed to hit 172 miles per hour in the GT4 Mercedes. It was overall great. This is huge for Montana here. He's managed to jump up to 6 due to his pit stop strategy paying off for him. This is huge. Montana's sitting in 10th right now. He is looking 10th overall. He is looking for some serious points here to help him maintain a top 10 status. And right now he's doing it for him. I'm gonna jump away before I give him any commentator's curse. And see if we can't find a battle going on here. Mugen making it past Ghost Stroke. We missed that one. Just a little bit. And starting to try to climb back up on Hellgrind here. Hellgrind sitting at 3rd, Mugen in 4th, Ghost Stroke 5th. Looks like Nate. What happened, Nate? How'd you drop to 10th? Nate might be having some problems here, which this is huge for GTX Dave, who's also in the pit. We do have a car spun off, the 247 car of Gillard spinning off in that deadly sweeping corner. He's going to try to get out of the way, which he does. Very well done. Mugen managing to go through that corner cleanly, as well as Ghost Stroke and Jay the Prado. Jay the Prado gaining a position from Gillard's slip up there. Let's jump back over to Nate. Oh, Nate with a disconnect. Hate to see it. So Nate ultimately basically dropping out of this race as he's a lap down from every car on the grid and still has a pit stop. That's going to hurt him very badly. Hellcat sitting in first currently, but he has not pitted yet, and he has Hellgrind and GTX Dave breathing up his necks. Oh, we have a battle going on. Mugen and GTX Dave looking to battle it out for 3rd here. Mugen sitting on that rear of GTX, catching a little bit of a slipstream as they come up to turn 3 here. A tight little, oh, it's a paper clip. That is just me. Mugen sticking it on the inside there. GTX Dave giving him a little bit of room there, enough to make that clean. And GTX ultimately holding the position there. Oh, you can see Mugen going for the inside there. GTX does a good job of positioning his car. Oh no, and there it is! It's the cursed corner. GTX Dave slipping on these sweeping corners like I think everyone has so far. And gonna lose 2 spots due to it. This is gonna push Ghost Stroke up to 4th. I know Ghost Stroke is happy about that. He's just gotta keep it clean. He might be able to hold on to it. Hellcat making his pit stop now, and so has Nate, just so they don't get any penalties. But yeah, like I said earlier, it's these sweeping corners that are really catching these Honda drivers off. The Honda does not like staying settled in them. I think it's a weight transfer issue more than anything else, and the car is just very unbalanced. And it seems like no one's managed to find too much of a stable setup. So yeah, Mugen 3 getting pushed up into 2nd. Stop and go for Hellcat. Oh no. That's going to kill Hellcat as he came out in 6th. Milkman right behind him ultimately going to take the position here on Hellcat. Hellcat possibly looking at dropping down to 10th. Or maybe even further due to the stop and go 30 seconds. If anyone doesn't know, you gain that for either speeding into or out of the pit. So maybe just not slowing down just enough. before coming into the pit stop. Getting that bad right here. Gillard looking to jump on Jay the Prado now. Both cars keeping it clean through the corner. Oh, Jay the Prado getting. Man, it's this car. He ultimately fallen off there. I did look away. I don't quite know what happens. Man, I look away at the worst time. Someone was walking by me. But Jay the Prado losing it to Gillard there. Very tough to watch. Jay was doing very good. Ultimately sitting in second to last now. Oh man, but still a chance. With how much drivers are slipping up here and there, still a chance to turn something out of it. We got Purple GT3 driver here sitting in 8th currently after having a little bit of a rough one himself. GTX Dave trying to look for a spot past Ghost Stroke. Ghost Stroke very good at defending. It will be a little difficult. But Dave wants to get back up there into the fight for a podium spot. Oh shit, my vape just died. Killing me. Plug that back away. Both cars keeping it clean through both sweeping corners. That's good to see. Haven't seen too many guys spin out of this one or lose the car. I think it's a little more planted due to the bank, the camber of the track there. You can see we have GTX Dave looking to make a move. He's going to stick it on the inside, ultimately outbrake Ghost Stroke and gain the spot. Ghost Stroke running it a wide there and falling down into 4th. No, that's a tough one for Ghost Stroke to see as these two are very close in points. It is pretty much a point battle between the two of them. Ghost Stroke trying to make a move here, get himself back up there. We have Hellgrind making his way onto Slambonin. Just a reminder here at BFR, blue flag does not mean that you need to pull off and allow the leader to just pass easily. You are allowed to race your race. Looks like Slambonin is going to do it anyways and not risk any repercussions for rigging the leader's race here. So very well done by him. He loses minimal time for doing so anyways, as Talcat is having to serve his stop and go now. This will give Slambonin the position. I'm just not. It's got to be a play on Zamboni. For any of you guys who watch hockey or know of hockey, or even figure skating, Zamboni is what waters down the ice. It cleans it. It takes away all the shaven ice. It smooths in some of the gaps. I mean, I guess you could call them gaps, but it's the crevices in the ice that the skates make. And Zamboni goes over with sort of like a drape thing in the back and applies fresh new water and drapes it all around so that they can refreeze and form a nice sheet of ice for you to play some hockey on. I think Slambonin is a little bit of a play on words here for Zamboni. It makes me like the name even more. Mugen 3 cutting Hellgrind's time down very much now. It did steal back his best lap time. He's sitting at a 128.82, which is ridiculously fast for this little Honda. Only 5 seconds separating both the cars here. A little slip up from Hellgrind could put Mugen back in the pole position. GTX Dave not too far off either, so Mugen really has to stay consistent and not risk doing anything. to lose out on the spot there. You see him sliding a little bit there. Tires might be dying out on him. Gillard back up to Jay the Proto. I thought Jay the Proto went off. Maybe it was Gillard. I don't know. Somehow these two switch spots again, and we're rewatching as Gillard tries to take Jay the Proto. A little bit of deja vu going on here. A slide there. Jay ultimately looking to take the escape road and not impede Gillard. Gillard takes the spot. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Hellcat trying to chase down Slambonin. Slambonin has Mugen coming up on him now. He's going to concede the position in the same spot. It looks like he realizes Mugen's not quite on him just yet. And so he's got a little bit more time to race hard. I imagine on this straight we will see him concede it a little bit. He goes off, maybe on purpose. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. He did that to be a nice time guy. You know those Canadians. As long as they aren't French Canadians, they're usually nice. And if you're a nice French Canadian, I'm sorry for throwing shade at you there. You guys just seem to be some of the feistier Canadians I've met. But anyways, Mugen's still chasing down Hellgrind. 5 seconds still separating the two. Gillard taking that spot. Montana holding out strong with a 5th place currently. Milkman trying to catch him. Don't know if he has time. Jay the Pro goes off once again and has joined it in front of Milkman now. Milkman is going to have to navigate some traffic to make his way back into position. A little bit of a slip there coming out of that corner for Milkman. Ultimately, nothing too disastrous. Let's see how Milkman approaches the blue flag. Jay Proto. Looked like both cars were going in slow motion right there. Jay might have been trying to give him the spot. Yeah, I think through that corner, Jay was trying to give him the spot. Ultimately, Milkman didn't want it right there and takes it on the straight. Good driving from both drivers to keep this a safe race. So far, no incidents. A little bit of rubbing, but like I said earlier, that's a part of racing. You sort of expect that to go down. Ghost Stroke starting to fall behind the GTX Dave. About 4 seconds separating the two. Hellcat and GTX Dave side by side. Hellcat ultimately deciding against that maneuver. Hellcat does have a position 11 seconds ahead of him, so you can expect him to want to continue up the pace and maybe not be held up by Dave if he's faster, which is completely in the rights of the blue flags. Purple sitting at 7th, Logan 11 seconds off of him. Don't know if there's enough time here for Logan to catch up. Maybe if there's a little bit of a slip up somewhere by Purple, Logan can pounce on it. Where's our point? Jumped her here. Nate still sitting in 13th. Due to that disconnect. Running a very beautiful teal colored car. I like that. Glossy and shiny. But ultimately getting the short end of the stick here during this race. That should put us in for an interesting final race of the season. Is there 6 races? I should check as the drivers come through here. But let me put you guys on Who should we watch? Who hasn't got a pole on the street back today? Let's watch Milkman. He tries to close the gap here on Mr. Montana, who, when he is sober, seems to do a better job. You guys caught my last stream. It was his birthday. He was celebrating with some Hennessy, and he sat outside the spa pits for I want to say about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It was a little rough to watch, but ultimately he had a fun birthday. So once again, happy birthday to you, Mr. Montana. Series calendars. Let's see here. So yeah, so next race will be the last race of the One Make series with the NXX. We're gonna cut this one short. I think future One Makes are going to be 6 weeks, and they're gonna cut it a little short here. Oh, someone just signed up for Premier Series. So that's interesting. If you're watching, Premier Series is closed. Prospects is open though. So I will, after the stream, I will direct you to the right series for you. Let's see. Actually, just look at best of time. Yeah, I'll do this later. Anyways, Milkman closing that gap on Montana. Just 3 seconds separating the two of them now. I think we might see a last-minute battle go on between the two of them. Mugen staying within the 5-second gap of Hellgrind. I don't know if he has enough time to make up this gap. It's looking like Hellgrind might walk away from Red Bull Ring with a pole, with a first-place medal. Hellgrind did not get pole. That would be Mugen who got pole. And says the Stooge just started pole Mugen. He doesn't deserve it, and they put him in ninth. And a hell of a race for Mugen. Jada Proto off again on another sweeping corner. These sweeping corners really catching some guys off, and now that tires are starting to die, I think we'll see maybe a couple more lose it. Grid is really spread out right now. You have Nate giving us a little action as he races Ghost Stroke down. Nate did somehow make up a spot, so congrats to Nate. Oh, Nate making the lunge on the inside. Here we go. Ghost Stroke going to concede the position. No, he's going to go for a little switchback action. As Ghost Stroke is trying to hold that inside, he's going to fall behind Nate. He's going to flash Nate. A little bit of a, hey, what are you doing up here? And it looks like it might have actually worked. Threw Nate out of that turn from where he wanted to be. Nate falling back now. A little fun racing going on between buds here. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. Nate trying to go for the inside here. Maybe give Ghost Stroke a little more action. Ghost Stroke is 8 seconds down from GTX stage, so not a whole lot of a chance to have a podium fight go on here. But Ghost Stroke does have to stay pretty clean. He's got Montana just 20 seconds behind him. Come on, Nate, make this interesting. Let's see another little battle here. Looking like we have about 2 to 3 laps here left remaining in this One Make race. Oh man. Nate looking like he gets the better exit there, which he does. Both cars going side by side. Watch the inside view here. Nate did fall off to give Ghost Stroke his room. Ghost Stroke rocking the black and white helmet and gold visor. Let's jump through. Nate rocking a paint suit purple, white, and tan helmet. Logan running a very vibrant colored suit. Hellcat with a black and red. Jay the Proto in a black and blue. Purple GP3 driver. Mace is not purple and green, but he does at least have the purple visor. Ooh, GTX Dave with a nice suit setup. I like that. Slambonin, also a nice suit setup. Mugen 3 running. Man, those gloves are broken. Everything but the gloves I like. Gillard running a pretty basic but clean and sophisticated setup here. Milkman. Oh, I like this one. Milkman might be running the best driver tracksuit here. Hellgrind with a pretty simplistic one as well. Montana. This is the controls. If anyone didn't know, you can customize your tracksuits in this game. I think you have to go to like your little player profile or player ID to customize it. I can't fully remember, but it can be customized. So it's pretty cool to do. It's pretty fun. I like to mess around with it every once in a while. Oh man, as we come down to the last minute of this race, it looks like Hellgrind's gonna have time for one more lap. Logan falling behind to purple. We're not going to see a battle there. Hellcat sitting on an island between the positions in front and behind him. Purple not going to be able to catch up to Milkman.
Okay, good
GTX
leaders on the
Dave
final lap
on an
now. Give it all you
island.
can.
Slambonin, maybe a chance of snagging Logan here if a mistake happens. Mugen 3 ultimately falling off big time to Hellgrind, but Mugen still holds fastest lap. Gillard, after having a little bit of a rough race, has jumped himself up to 11th. That Milkman within 2 seconds now of Montana, but as this is going to be the... Oh, well, they have a lap and a half, actually, so... Yeah, there's a shot here. He's going to be looking for Montana to maybe slip up and give him the opportunity to fight for fifth. Otherwise, Montana's going to walk away from here with a fifth place, which would be huge for him in his fights for points. It looks like they're lapping about the same. There's not a big enough difference between their lap times currently for Milkman to really have a chance here. Milkman's got to push this Honda to its limits to make up 2 seconds in one lap. As our leader, Hellgrind, crosses the finish line. Congrats to him for a first place. He's going to be followed by Mugen 3, who takes home second and fastest lap. GTX Dave is going to be taking home third once he crosses the line here. Only one corner to go. Ghost Stroke going to be taking home fourth here. 2 corners to go. Montana too far behind to really make a move here. Montana and Milkman are the two fighting for position right now. It looks like Purple will take home 7th. Logan already finished 8th. Slambonin 9th. Hellcat 10th. Gillard making his final way around to claim 11th. Nate claiming 12th. And Jay the Prado will be bringing home 13th. Jump over to Montana and Milkman. Oh, Milkman's spinning out. No way. He needs to get back on track soon. And, oh, another little spin out. Maybe no, he gets it. Purple not going to be close enough to capitalize on that. Milkman does take home 6th. Putting Purple in a 7th place finish. There is your scoreboard, Mr. Logan. Take a screenshot of that for you. Boom. There is the finishing results. Mugen getting pole and fastest lap, ultimately taking home 2nd. Hellgrind 1st, and GTX Dave 3rd. That will be our podium winners here. Rough race for Nate and Gillard. I'd say Gillard making his hop back in his car for the first time in, man, I want to say like 3 to 4 weeks or 4 races. So I'm sure we'll see him back up there for the final race of the season. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the Wednesday commentary of the One Make. I gotta go feed my dogs. I gotta go feed my cats. I gotta go feed myself. I hope you all have a beautiful Wednesday night, and I will see you all Friday, hopefully, for Friday night fights and maybe some Among Us night here at BFR where we play something other than racing and see if it's a shit show. But anyways, I'm Hunter. Catch you all in the Discord. Have a wonderful